Hey, thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. Once again, my name is Jeff Ong. If you've just tuned in and you're just joining, this is I Hate Being Hated, which is an online benefit event being presented by Joy Ruckus Club, 400 Days and Sessions Live. So, sorry, I'm reading the notes off my phone. I said this before, and I will say it again. I've got a small brain, very small brain, and very big amount of notes. So, don't forget today that we are raising money for Stand With Asian Americans. You can donate at their website, which is standwithasianamericans.com, by clicking the blue donate button, or you can send love via Sessions Live, and all the proceeds are going to go towards Stand With Asian Americans, so that's awesome. So yeah, we are also here to shine a light on all the multi-talented folks in the Asian community and kind of let them speak about their experiences and about, the recent events which have been happening in America and around the world. So we have got a few statements coming up from some really amazing folks, and I'm going to tell you about them right now. First up, we have Subtle Asian Traits out of Melbourne, Australia. Now, I know you know Subtle Asian Traits, and I kind of can't believe I'm on the same bill as them because, they're like celebrities to me. And Subtle Asian Traits, as I'm sure you know, is one of the biggest Facebook groups in the world. It's a place for Asian people, made by Asian people, and I don't know, I think it's just such a cool way for us to share our common experiences as a community. And after them, we've got Leonie Sii out of Sydney, Australia. Leonie Sii is a creative storyteller who likes to document the little mysteries in life. You can find her on YouTube making videos documenting her life's adventures and mishaps, sharing her experiences and thoughts through the digital medium in the hopes of inspiring, motivating, and invoking positive change in her viewers. After her, we have Smith Cho. Smith Cho is based in Los Angeles. She's an actress in Hollywood, which is about as far away from my life as you can possibly get. And can someone remind me how I got this gig again? I don't know. Because Smith has appeared in such movies as Bad Boys 2. Like, how am I introducing somebody who's been in Bad Boys 2? Norbit, Fired Up, and Blades of Glory, and had a lead role in Ping Pong Player. And she's had numerous TV roles, including a role as Zoe Che in Knight Rider. What? Like, I want to be in a show with a sentient car. So anyone in Hollywood with some hookups, hook me up, because I want to be in a show with a sentient car. That's my main goal now. I've just realized it's my main goal. And after Smith is Maria Ho. Maria Ho is a Taiwanese-American poker player and television host and commentator. So she's one of the top-ranked female poker players in the world, and a Women in Poker Hall of Fame inductee. I think that's dope, like it's poker to me anyway seems like it's such a boomer, like white dude thing, like old white dudes are just like, oh yeah, I play poker. So it's cool to see like a millennial Asian woman out there just killing it, it's dope. And our last speaker in this segment is Trisha V. Trisha is a writer who was born and raised in Subic Bay, Philippines. And Trisha is one of those people who left their comfortable life to travel the world and learn about life. And her style is she likes to stay in one place for 3 months or more to understand to know what it feels like to eat, cook, speak, and sleep in another culture that isn't hers. I think that's great, just learning about other cultures and getting out there and exploring the world. It's awesome. And so once again, another reminder before we cut to our statements and our speakers, don't forget that we are raising money today for Stand With Asian Americans. You can donate at their website, which is standwithasianamericans.com, by clicking the blue donate button, or you can send love via Sessions Live. So thank you for tuning in, and we're going to hear from our speakers now.
Hey everyone, this is Zoe from the Subtle Asian Traits admin team here. As you all know, there has been a recent rise of anti-Asian hate crimes from the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic. As a global community composed of Asians all over the world, having to see these instances where our elders, parents, cousins, friends, and fellow Asians being senselessly attacked for the way we look is absolutely devastating and heartbreaking. We recognize these hate crimes have been an occurrence affecting our people throughout America, Australia, the UK, and in so many other places. From the death of Vicha Ratanapakdee, shoved to the ground for no reason, to the shooting in Atlanta where 6 Asian women, Delana Ashley Yan, Xiao Tan, Dao Yo Feng, Hyun Jung Grant, Sun Cha Kim, and Soon Chung Park, to even the recent death of John Hyun, who was stabbed in the heart for asking whether he was getting waved at or flipped off. These are not just any other name. They are a part of our community. And as a part of our community, it is our responsibility to honor these names by coming together and proving that we can protect ourselves and uplift each other in the face of all this hate. If there's one thing the Asian community is known for, though, it's that we are resilient. We're no longer the quiet, put your head down extras in the back anymore. The advocacy and the demand for change that we've seen from you, our community, is absolutely incredible. From the get-go of the pandemic, the global and community efforts we've seen led by you, us, and other leaders of the Asian American community have reflected the power of what coming together can do. This May is also Asian Pacific American Heritage Month. As a celebration of our culture, we'd like to invite everyone to come together and recognize the beauty of our backgrounds. Whether you're East Asian, Southeast Asian, South Asian, Central Asian, West Asian, Hafi, or anywhere in between, we hope that you can find a place in subtle Asian traits in the extended subtle Asian community. It is so important that we uplift each other and all the diverse backgrounds that come with being Asian. We are not a monolith. We're not a model minority, a punchline in your joke or your token Asian. This current and previous generation of Asians come from very different walks of life, and recognizing the diversity in our diversity is what makes us a force to be reckoned with. These past years, we've seen an explosion of representation in so many sectors reaching our own lives. I know my team and I have interacted with many of you from behind a screen. Though we may not have exchanged words, we see your memes, we see your heartfelt stories, and we see your instances of feeling left out and being unsure of how to talk to your family. We see how proud you are for challenging the stereotype of what people used to think about Asians. Your Asian parents and their sacrifice to give us a better life. How your dad or mom, who hated pets, may now treat them better than you. How you may finally be proud to share an interest unique to the Asian community that you may have been ostracized for before. All of your creations, from your art, your embroidery, to pastries, and twist on your favorite traditional dishes that I know get my team hungry. All the little quirks we've been able to bond over that we may not have realized that we share just by being ourselves. We've bonded over Asian icons that we've looked up to in our formative years, from YouTube legends Samora to the icons of our modern day with breakthroughs in film and television. The presence of Asian entrepreneurs and leaders heading up global behemoths have been something that people can't exactly ignore anymore. The rise of Asian talents finally getting the recognition they deserve. And to you, a member of our community that has the power to keep pushing us all forward. Our team at Subtle Asian Traits does the best we can to curate the group as a space to celebrate and uplift each other and to provide a lighthearted refuge in hard times through memes that we hope you all can relate to, even if it's just a little bit. This month, we invite you to come together in solidarity once more to prove that we hate being hated. This has been Zoe from the SAT team, and in solidarity with Joy Ruckus Club's livestream event, I Hate Being Hated. Have a good one.
Hi, I'm Leonie, and I'm Asian, and I'm proud of it, but for a long time, I wasn't. As an Asian child growing up in a Western society, being told that other kids didn't want to be my friend because I'm Chinese was really hurtful. It impacted my sense of self and my identity. Being told to go back to where you came from, it made me feel like I didn't belong. It made me hate myself for the things that were beyond my control, like the complexion of my skin or the way that my eyes are shaped, my racial background, and my identity. And while these instances of casual racism weren't violent in nature, the words they spoke and the language they used were based on an us versus them mentality. And having that mentality can only breed hate. In the past few years, the Asian community has made so much progress. We're seeing more Asians being celebrated in various industries, from science, tech, business, media, and entertainment. We're finally getting recognition for the skills, talent, and contributions that we're making to society. we're seeing more representation, and not just as tokenistic gestures of diversity or to fulfill someone's exotic fetishes. Of course, there's still a long way to go in this front. But it's amazing to see so many Asians excelling and breaking through the bamboo ceiling. But while we've made so much progress, the us versus them mentality has only grown. We're seeing a rise in anti-Asian sentiment, violence, and hate crimes. I've heard the term model minority being thrown around to downplay racism against Asians, and I feel like it's in our nature to take it on the chin, move on, avoid conflict. But if we don't address the issue, if we don't do anything, if we don't speak up, we're letting hatred win. So that's why I'm speaking up today. And while I'm not from America, the rise in anti-Asian hate crimes is a reflection of what is happening across Western society. It's a reflection of the hateful narrative that's being amplified across Western media against Asians. I stand in solidarity with Asian Americans, and I stand in solidarity with Asians across the globe. I am proud to be Asian, but most importantly, I'm proud to be a human that has empathy for others. And I think that's where positive change starts. It's important that we don't fight hate with more hate, because in the grand scheme of things, we are all one race, the human race. And once we accept this reality, we can work together to make our planet and our society a better place for everyone.
I think one of the hardest things that I actually struggle with that is going on right now is that there are a lot of people who are operating out of fear, behaving out of fear, reacting out of ignorance, and it's difficult to understand the ignorance and have the patience and tolerance to be open and accepting about it, which is probably one of the best ways to resolve it. When it's a direct attack and it's hurting the ones we love and the ones we're close to, when all they're doing is trying to feed their family, take care of their own, being in their own community, just, basically living their everyday lives and minding their own business. And to have this perception that is unfairly imposed upon us it's hard to battle. And it's hard to not be angry and fight back. And for me, that's one of the biggest challenges, because most of the time these people really don't know. And it's hard to have empathy for the lack of knowledge. I think we just keep standing together, giving the support to one another, showing kindness, warmth, and acceptance and love where we can, and hope that that is what transcends above all. Stay strong.
Hi, I'm Maria Ho, and I stand united with the Asian American and Pacific Islander community as we face the very troubling and ever-present reality of racial discrimination and acts of violence. What has stood out the most for me during these times is how important solidarity and unity is to our cause. It's not just about bringing the AAPI community together, but people of all races. We must work hand in hand to achieve racial equality and justice, not just for some, but for all. We must continue to generate awareness and visibility by bringing and keeping these issues at the forefront, even if it may be uncomfortable to do so at times. Let us not create more hatred and divisiveness with those who may fail to understand us, but seek open and meaningful dialogue to turn indifference into allyship. I am so proud to be a part of a movement that is advocating for change and a better future for us all. Thank you.